Hey everyone, so today was crazy hectic for me and I almost had to chalk the video up today and not make it. But I really didn't want to give up on the daily upload, so I made sure to get this out even though it'll be insanely late. So I'm super tired in it and I hope that's not super apparent. I've always liked the idea of Malphite Taliyah, but it never really seemed super competitive to me, so I never really got around to making a video for it. The concept always seemed fun to me, like Malphite just seems like a cool champ, being able to stun the entire board, and he's like a big statted unit, almost like Nautilus. Also, I don't really like landmarks as like an archetype. I think it's like really bad and slow that you have to use unit mana to summon these landmarks that don't really give you immediate value. But some of the Targon landmark support cards are pretty cool, like Chip. And then Absolver with Taliyah has always been nuts. She ends up being able to have like 8 attack when she's leveled up with the Absolver, and then deal 6 damage in front of her as well, for a potential of like 14 damage. But usually they're going to block it and you're only going to get like 10 in, but that's still a lot of damage, right? And Malphite with Absolver is nuts too, like 11 Overwhelm unit. Yeah, so in case you guys don't know, Taliyah, when you play her, she summons an exact copy of a landmark. And I'll get into like the best target for that later. But then when she levels up, she ends up sending like these 3 different rocks that deal 2 damage to the blocker or Nexus. So if they block a leveled up Taliyah with 2 attack, then one of the rocks will go to killing the unit, and the other 2 rocks will go directly to face. And if they have a 4 health unit, only 1 will go to face, and a 6 or more health unit, only none of them will go to face, they'll all go to the unit. That's why Overwhelm was really good with her. And then when Malphite levels up, you get this Unstoppable Force card, which is a 2 mana slow speed spell which stuns every unit on the enemy board, but you only get this on attacking turns. Yeah, so Absolver works really well on them. And then you have the one of Herald of Magus. For some reason this website is showing a Riot negation whenever I go over Herald of Magus. But what it is a 4 attack, 4 health unit. I think it has Overwhelm on itself. But once you've destroyed 4 different landmarks, it makes it so your champions everywhere, even when played later, are going to have +2 attack, +2 health, and Overwhelm. So it's kind of like a permanent Absolver. It's kind of awkward because it's 5 cost with Taliyah, but I think one of it works really well. Yeah, so you're playing like the cheap Ancient Preparations or really cheap landmark to help trigger your champions. And it gives you a blocker later, as well as letting you predict like some combo pieces that you might need. Chip is really cool, it's really easy to level him up. And if you can get multiple of these, you can actually get in a lot of damage and be aggressive early game. Because most units can't get over this in the early game. The blue sentinel is a good Targon landmark support card. It's decently statted, so it can usually block 2 different things if you want to. Also, it can get in some damage because people usually don't want to block this because it gives you an extra mana gem when it dies. A lot of times though, you want to save this until like turn 5. If you let it die on turn 5, then you can play Malphite a turn early. The Bomber Twins is one of the new cards. Just a pretty good statted unit. Trades into a lot of things, and it gives you a random landmark. It can get you closer to leveling up your champions. Reservarium, solid. Draw 2 landmark. Rockhopper, you gotta have it because it's a good unit that also gives you Rolling Sands, which is basically your only removal in the deck. And Rolling Sands are also the best things to have destroyed for Herald of the Magus. And you can be really annoying with this if you play it at the right times to make the enemy have to be awkward with playing their units. Absolver is one of your endgame finishers. If you don't know what it does, it gives you an ally +2/+1 this round, but if you've already leveled a champion, it gives you another spell that does another +2/+1 and Overwhelm. I should have mentioned that, sorry, earlier. But yeah, you basically give something +4/+2 and Overwhelm for 4 mana once you level up a champion. And so you usually use that on Taliyah, like I mentioned earlier, Malphite, or also you can use this on the Grumpy Rock Bear. Endless Devout is a 3/3 unit that when dies, it gives you this landmark that has countdown of 3. But once it expires, it gives you a 5/3 Fearsome. And you can actually copy it with Taliyah to get some extra ones. The only issue with it, I think, is that the Sarcophagus, although it summons a 5/3 Fearsome, the actual landmark that it summons is only 1 mana, so it really sucks towards Malphite's condition where he needs 10+ mana of landmarks. I kind of wish they increased the mana cost of it. There's no real reason not to, right? Since like it's only from this. Like the only thing it would buff is Malphite, so I think they could do that if they wanted to. It would be some good Malphite support, but maybe they just haven't thought about it, I don't know. Yeah, Unraveled Earth, really slow card, but it can be really annoying for a lot of different decks to have 2 of the things they want to play be vulnerable. It also draws you a card, so it's pretty good. And the Rolling Sands each are 2 mana, so this one card will give you 4 mana worth of landmarks and give you 2 landmark triggers for Taliyah. Once you've summoned 4+ landmarks this game, you get this Earth Elemental that becomes a 6/5. It's kind of hard to have this activated by turn 4. You'd probably need like Ancient Prep into Rockhopper into Unraveled Earth or something. But you should have this pretty early, and if not, it's just still a good statted unit to be able to get that overwhelm damage in later. Like a 4 mana 6/5 is a good unit. This is the actual only removal in the deck, I guess, other than the Rolling Sands. You stun an enemy, but you deal 3 to it if you summon a landmark this game, which obviously you will have by the time you play this. Yeah, it can be kind of removal, but stuns are just good in general, and as well as you can use this stun on things blocking like your overwhelm units, like the elementals, or Taliyah Malphite, especially if you combine it with Absolver, or you already have played Herald of Mages. You can just stun the blocking unit and get in so much damage. One of Renegation is actually pretty huge. I do this a lot of the time, and it's really important to at least have one of these, I think, in the meta right now at least. So one of the cool combos of this deck is Saltspire. So Saltspire, pretty expensive, and it kind of does nothing immediately, right? Which is what I don't like about landmark decks. But if you can afford to play this, and not just die, once you play it, it's a countdown 2, summon a Grumpy Rock Bear when it expires. But then if you summon 4+ landmarks this game, you grant the strongest ally +2/+2. Now, this Saltspire counts as one of those 4 that you have to summon, and if you play Taliyah onto it, you'll actually copy it and it'll count as the other one. So if you've played 2 landmarks before turn 4, and then you play Saltspire on turn 4, then turn 5 you play Taliyah. On turn 6, it's going to hatch and you're going to get 2 rock bears, and one of them is going to be buffed twice by these effects, +2/+2, so you're going to end up with like a 9/7 and a 5/4, and it's a pretty good way to level up your Taliyah. Then you end up with like this crazy statted board, and it's pretty awesome, and again, those units can be targeted by Absolver later, like the 9/7. And yeah, I think I talked about the champs, that's basically it. So as far as like tiers go, this definitely is not top tier. I don't even think it can really be tier 2. It's probably better than you think, but it's not that amazing. It probably loses to Plunder almost all the time. I think it loses to Rally, like Poppy Zed, most of the time, although you technically can get some decent draws that make it closer than you might think, but I think they're still pretty heavily favored. So it's definitely not the best deck to use in the meta right now, at least like not in Masters from my experience. But it is a fun deck, and there's probably a lot of cool ways you can tweak this deck to make it a bit better into the meta. But like I mentioned, I really didn't have time to mess around with it today. I almost didn't even get to upload. Yeah, maybe you guys will try this out and have fun with it. If you end up tweaking it in a way that makes it better, or I'm kind of forgetting some cards, you can let me know in the comments. Yeah, that's about it. If you guys haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe. Maybe even like the video if you liked it. Everything helps out. If you want to see me play anything in the near future, you can leave a comment below. I make a Runeterra video every single day somehow. And so the extra ideas are definitely useful. And I hope you guys like it. Thanks. Okay, is this what? Ping City? No. This is big pirates. Don't think I appreciate that.
Nothing like the stink of blood and sweat. Let's get to it.
Can't block that, but it's fine. It's fine. Never make it rain this here. Or parlays.
Follow me. What's that you got there?
Oh dear! I've whipped up something special.
Okay. I thought he might do that low-key. I was like, now that I play this and I can't have a blocker, he might go for the Death Hand. I didn't know they still play Death Hand.
Are you ready? Let's take it for a spin. No, I'm a
Ripper's Bay.
queen on the head.
Like, why?
Boom.
Why do we have to get Ripper's pay, man? We could do that, but isn't it like thin our deck too much? But we could do that just to play this, but I don't know what's the point of that. Just draw. Draw more. Could have him make it rain. Be baiting us. Maybe make your anal miss. Did. I think we develop because I think he wants to like block us. Might as well get more damage in, I think. A harpoon. Same thing. Like we weren't gonna get that damage in. So. Okay, he's drawing more. Yeah, I kill that. Maybe not. We can just drag it later. And this would be so good with our champions. Imagine if we drew our champions.
Never lost a fair game. Played one. Who says I don't share?
Keeps drawing so much. I'm down to draw 2. Oh. A 5/7 overwhelm, gonna be 6/8 overwhelm. That's a lot of damage. And we can protect her with Riot probably. That's also a big boy.
Bilgewater is mine and mine alone. I'll make corpses of them all.
I don't want to play Taliyah yet. I don't want to make her weak for no reason. We're gonna draw 2. As long as he doesn't make this weak right now, we like auto win the game. Because I think the only way they can stop this is with Scorched Earth. Maybe like 2 flocks. So if he can't ping this right now, Although we do have a right. Okay, this is like perfect. So now we write this. And then he can't make it weak. And so our next attack should be guaranteed lethal. Huh. And we drew Absolver, that's perfect.
Turn the stone, roll another rock.
Yeah, this is like infinite damage. Go. Took a while to draw our champs, and then all three of them were like in a row. But it worked out. Okay, Sivir, Akshan. Wonder how good we are into that. Could you imagine? That's probably pretty good actually. For like concerted and stuff.
Gently, gently. Step lightly.
This won't let him play Akshan
Would you look at this place?
this turn at least.
You're covered. You got caught. Watch me.
Let's just kill that thing.
My board.
Now he plays okay.
Good people don't look the other way.
Nah.
Here comes the chip.
Go ahead and pass, sir.
Careful.
Villains beware.
Boom, boom, boom.
Is that?
It's a trap.
Am I missing something?
Follow me.
Is that a good attack? Also, I did not expect him to just play nothing. I guess I should have went wide.
You've got a problem. I've got a price. Business as usual.
I think I'd rather these die. Maybe I should let that die actually. Because then all these are threatening to kill him. He might summon something.
You're the noisiest little rock.
I think I misplayed here as well. So I should have blocked with that and then just sent all three in to attack him. Got some good amount of damage in. Then played Taliyah on this after. Yeah, now he plays this. That's kind of awkward. Yeah, I just missed a bunch of. I played that really sloppy. Ah, damn it. I'm down to just like kill this though and deny something. If he tries to rally.
Danger pays.
I know the mountain.
Malphite is 5 out of 10? That's so low. I feel like he wanted to sharp sight. I wanted to play around that. That's pretty weird. Weird of you, sir.
Distance means so little when family means so much.
There is Malphite. I am Malphite.
There wouldn't be room for more than one.
I figured that was a rally. I was thinking of not playing Malphite, but oh no. We're pretty healthy. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm down to just let this hit us and just kill that thing.
We love it when they run.
Now that's annoying. I didn't expect that.
Business as usual.
Ah. Yeah, I should have played around that. I should have played around rally.
I'm a woman of principle.
I didn't think like, yeah, like the challenger bird, even though he played an ephemeral, I played a vulnerable, it had challenger regardless. If he played any other unit into the rally and he had a lot of mana left, so I kind of just trolled. Although I do have a pretty big attack next turn. I didn't like lose the game because of that, but it's just always better to have
Hang on.
Of course, it's 1 minute off. Man. I'm not having a good day today. Concerted? I will deny it.
Nothing personal. That's all.
I'm not in a hurry either.
I wonder what happens if since I have an extra mana crystal this turn, if I destroy one of my empty mana crystals. I'm trolling. Never go for this in case of single combat. Always just destroy a mana gem. Because I just, for some reason, like, did this where I can actually lose the game to single combat now. And I'm so tired. I'm misplaying so much today. Like, there's no reason to give him a possible out right here. I didn't realize I'd have lethal. I didn't even check. That's very bad of me. Well, at least the deck's okay. I mean, I guess he didn't expect right. But there's just no reason to give him that single combat there. He's slappy. Alright, what is this? Good looking nut. I kind of like having things vulnerable. Two regeneration units, kind of scary. This is probably too slow to play. These might be fine. I honestly sometimes like keeping that card because we only run one of it in the deck. So it's like you're at least not going to double draw it. Oh, I thought they were going to get like that Omen Hawk.
Hang on. We're rolling.
I think I want to save this Rolling Sands for later. I don't know what he could play on 2 that would make me really need to make vulnerable, but I don't think it's that. I think I'd rather do it after this attack. So then his next thing is Braum would get vulnerable. And for a troll chant. Ugh. Or elixir. Guess it's that. We already have a Taliyah and a Salt Spire. So if I Salt Spire this next turn 4 and don't get rallied on, he probably yeah, I'm down to just do this. And then next turn Taliyah it. And then we'll end up with a big unit. Because he's gonna play some big units soon. Like that one. And it's vulnerable now, which is good. Also get a blocker. I mean, he's still gonna do 5 because Braum can drag it. Then we copy this.
Have you met my shield?
Also, the good thing about this is that we could also drag that with Taliyah, and she'll do 6 damage just alone with her ability, not to mention her damage. She'd beat even a troll chant. That's like all she'd beat though. Maybe we just drag it with the 9. I guess troll chant on a Taliyah would make it her do 6 plus only 2, right? Which is 8, and he only have 8 health with troll chant. This will be a 9. So yeah, we can actually drag it with the 9.
I wouldn't want to be in your shoes either.
That makes it more difficult.
Break their spirits and their swords. It is easy, see?
Now it's risky because now we could just level him up.
Onward, everybody! The horizon falls.
Winter take you.
Beware falling rocks.
Yeah, this one time Malphite's actually leveled up.
Throw another rock.
Although this is a bit scary, we do a lot of damage to him, and if he troll chants, hopefully it's all he has. He only has 3 cards in his hand, and then we can kill it with a ground slam. I bank this mana. Although, am I actually that scared of Braum? Like, what is he gonna do? Just create this all every time of damage?
I'll stop you.
Oh, it's dead. Okay.
Press on.
Maybe we play Malphite next turn.
Let us get going. You call this a fight?
Yeah, I want to see what he does to try to kill Taliyah. I think I'm gonna protect it
Fair.
first this round and then play Malphite next turn.
Ah, this is fun, yes? Harry, riposte. Aha.
Isn't that good? He has Ice Shard. I think I'm fine. Now the weakest thing on his board is the Braum, by the way, so like this will eliminate the Braum.
You're also
Unless he has
very,
Take Heart.
very sweet.
So this obliterates the Braum, right? Unless it's a follower. Yeah, weakest enemy. So Braum's deceased. So buff this. And so now I think we have lethal almost probably regardless of this stun. We can also stun anything that blocks this to do, what, 12 damage? On top of everything else. He might have some freezes though, based on his deck. I think we risk this, even though he probably has a way to stop this from working. Oh, okay, nice. That's huge. Alright, now good luck. You have one action to stop, what, like 60 damage? Okay, it's actually the one fucking card that actually helps you.
Threading a needle. Turn the stone. Some rocks just won't sit still.
So he takes 41 damage, but he can heal 4. Alright, let's go. Got him. We beat Braum Garen. The Braum Garen test is complete.